And I am live. Hi, hello, my name is Julie, and I could be your erotic photographer. And this video is about a cuckold fantasy, but in a very strange way. So there was a woman who tracked me down on Facebook. Okay, there was an advertisement or some kind of a post she seen about cuckold fantasy, and she watched me for some time and developed trust, and then reached out to me with this favor, asking me. And I thought that she's going to book a photo shoot. She asked, do you have a model? I want to book because my husband is this and this doesn't satisfy me, and I need, a big bull, a big guy, and so on and so on. And I thought that she wants a photo shoot, and I said, okay, I can assist you. I can hire for you the model, because that's what my studio does, help couples to create these fantasies. And she says, no, I don't want a photo shoot. I don't want any photography, any video. She says, I want you to help me to book this model and deliver him to the hotel. I was like, whoa, what do you want? She was like, yes. And she convinced me, and she sit on my ears so tight and complaining about her husband, that she has money, that her husband just, do the work, doesn't, how to say, spend time with her, and how she is lonely, and how she is frustrated, and how she is desperate. And I heard this, and I thought, well, okay, I'm gonna help her. Okay, that's what I do. I help people. And she was from Facebook, so we exchange contacts, and I send her some model samples, okay, for that adventure. And I think the next day, yes, the next day, she actually arranged the hotel, and she chose the model. And she chose the model, the one who was aggressive and rough. Okay. And I had a range of guys, and I had this model option. And because I worked with him once before, and he was known for this type of service, okay, I told her that this is also, there is this guy, okay, but he is doing kind of like a rape service, starting from romance and ending up with the really, how to say, heavy stuff. And she was like, I want this guy. I'm like, no, 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 this is, how to say, this is gonna be too much. And I'm just saying to her, you don't want this experience. And she says, no, no, I want this guy. And I thought, okay, what I will do is I'll call him and I speak to him first. Okay. So I call him, and he was very intelligent, very clever, very nice on the phone, very sexy. And he was like saying, Julia, you trust me. If they choose me and they know what service I provide, they need me. Okay. He says, I am actually servicing a certain type of clientele, okay, which specifically want this and have this need. Okay, they know what they want. Okay, and that's it. And this is how I work. And he told me, okay, how it's gonna be. So I will send her a message so that she will know, understand exactly and stuff. And so I delivered the message, and she was happy to book, and so she did. Okay, she did book that thing. But to be fair, how to say, something was wrong with her address, and he went to the wrong place. And so I tried to locate them both and try to connect them. And actually, all this favor came out to a quite extensive time, okay, for me, right? And then this guy is like crazy, right? He was actually recording this and sending me, the sound videos. It wasn't visual, right? But he was able to perform a service and send me some stuff, and he's sending me this visuals the way I can hear what's going on, right? And so she is texting me the next day and saying, oh my gosh, it was this and this. And I'm like, are you okay? Are you stuff in this? She was like, I never experienced this in my life. She says, but you know what happened to me? She said that every like, how to say, she was stressed out, she was depressed, she was, her thoughts pressure were so much. And she said, I am like, was uh, banged so much that everything came out of my hand. I'm like so happy, I'm shining, I'm smiling, I'm not able to have any intercourse for a week or so, which is fine. She says, I will talk to, like, I will just sort out with my husband. But she said it was like this, like you said. And I said, well, I gave you the warning. And she was like, yeah, okay. I said, do you want me to do anything about? No, no. She said, no, I don't want anything. She says, I'm like extremely happy with everything, right? And you would not imagine. The week later, she called me and she said, I want him again. I'm like, are you serious, woman? What I'm gonna do now? I wasn't, I wasn't going to have this kind of like a role of this. And I rang this guy and I asked him if he is okay and he's available, and he said no. He said no. Okay, he said no to her. Even she was paying the money. He said to me that she was a huge headache before they even go to, how to say, to bed. Okay, she needed an unload and all that suffering she had inside, and it was too much. Okay, it was too much. So some women hold on to the moment that they cannot anymore, keep this inside them, and they need to unload. They need to get rid of this negativity, this energy, this thing. And this guy knew that this is the case, and he didn't want to, how to say, to continue and get involved anymore with her, which I understand. Okay, which I understand the situation. But I can tell you, me either, because it cost me so much time and I had a very big lesson, okay? Not to be, how to say, a Santa Claus or a big helper and help people. And so she was like, again on my phone, like, find me someone similar and stuff. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing this, seriously. I'm creating these fantasies on camera and film for couples to have this experience, okay? For them to remember and to learn from it, to experience it, to memorize it. I'm not doing it because you want, who are you? Okay, seriously, who are you? Why you are demanding this? Why you giving me a hard time, and why you taking my time? And I said, if you want another model to arrange, you need to pay me that much and that much, okay? And that's it. Otherwise you arrange and sort out for yourself. And as soon as I said that she has to pay me money, she disappeared. Okay. And so that's how I get rid of her. Okay. And so that is my story about the cocoa fantasies. Because I have to say, there are a lot of people who are coming into this experience, into this adventure for fun. Okay. For stimulation, for how to say, for an adventure, and so on and so on. And some going into this experience because they're desperate, because they're full of, how to say, full of that emotional negativity, and they want to just vomit on someone. Okay, and this, me doing a favor, actually, how to say, like, I realized it's, to say, did a did a kind of a unfavor to that guy, because he had to stay and listen to all this suffering and just, how to say, and accept all of that. So that things happen. That's how women, have to say, keep themselves to the point, to the state that it's just unbearable sometimes, and that that the sexual experiences work for the mental health. That's a fact. Okay, that's a fact. So this is something for you to keep in mind, because that's exactly what I do. I think that we should be caring about our emotional health, okay, and our mental health. And sexual experiences, it's exactly where it's targeting you. Okay, that's what it's mm, created for. Okay, to reduce that steam and, how to say, to empty empty that bucket, right, full of trash. Okay, so there is sometimes, you need to be aware of this. Okay, that all these things sum up, and yeah, and it's complicated. It is complicated, I know, but suffering and dealing with clients who are suffering, believe it or not, for models is very hard. Okay, and of course, for photographers, is very hard. And that is exactly what I've experienced with this lady. So I just hope you like my story. Okay. And that's kind of a very strange cold fantasy happened to me. Okay. On my watch. Okay. On my watch. Let's say like that. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.